Orban begins, you should probably take your place for Hine Matov.
Let's just do Hallelujah. Okay. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Okay, that was, I got a nice Shabbat Shalom from our board president, Philip, but I think maybe we all need to gather a little bit. So find a seat, find a prayer book. They're either in the pew rack in front of you or behind you if you're in the front row. They are blue books that look like this. Make sure you have one. Some of you will have thin ones that say Shabbat on them, and some of you will have thicker ones that actually have the whole thing. That one that you're holding is a Torah, so you need a different one. That's a good one.
I'll get you one. Okay.
And these books will have the whole service in them that Alex will be leading us with. In the thinner books, the ones that say Shabbat on them, there are 2 page numbers, blue numbers in brackets and black ones. We will be using the blue numbers in brackets if you have those 2 page numbers. If you only have one, if you have the thicker books, you will only have 1 page number, and that's the one we're using. So everyone should be clear on that. Anyone need a copy? Over here, over here. Great. Okay, we are going to start on page 188. If you're in the thinner book, it is the blue. It has the blue number. It's using the blue numbers in brackets. Thicker books, that's just the page number. 188, and you should have a 2-page spread with a lot of short songs on them. We're going to sing the first song on the right side of the page, words from Psalm 133. You sure you don't want to play? Okay. Psalm 133, Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov 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 shevet achim gam yachad. Now that we have acknowledged the sacred community that we create when we come together, we acknowledge the sacred space that we are in with the words of Ma Tovu, which can be found on page 192.
Mishkenotecha Yisrael. Please join. Ma tovu alecha Yaakov, o alecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael. Vani berov chastecha avo veitecha eshtachave elecha kodshecha biratecha ma tovu Mishkenotecha Yisrael, Ma tovu Alecha Yaakov, Alecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael, Vani tefilati lecha Adonai Ratzon, Elohim berov chastecha, aneni bemet ishecha. Ma tovu alecha Yaakov, alecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael. Ma tovu alecha Yaakov, alecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael.
So how many of you woke up this morning? Some of you have woken up, some of you are still figuring out if you're awake, and I think some of you are still maybe asleep. I know it's dark, it was dark this morning and it's gloomy, and even so, it's still a miracle that we are up and here and able to celebrate today, to celebrate Shabbat and to celebrate Alex as he becomes bar mitzvah. The service actually includes some of these warm-up prayers because our ancestors knew that in the morning we are tired and not quite all there and ready to pray, so it offers us some blessings to get us started. On page 194, we have the blessing for our bodies, the fact that they function well enough for us to be here. We'll join together in English in the middle of the page. Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who formed the human body with skill, creating the body's many pathways and openings. It is well known before your throne of glory that if one of them be wrongly opened or closed, it would be impossible to endure and stand before you.
Blessed are you, Adonai.
Blessed are you, Adonai, who heals all flesh, working wondrously. Baruch atah Adonai, rofecho basar umafli la'asot. Our bodies are empty vessels without our souls. On page 196, we have the parallel blessing, thanking God for our souls. We'll sing the first two lines of Hebrew, and opposite them are the same words in transliteration in English letters so that you can join us. Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi. 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 Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi.
הנשמה שנתת לי טהורה היא.
We join together in English in the middle of the page. My God, the soul you have given me is pure. You created it, you shaped it, you breathed it into me, and you protect it within me. For as long as my soul is within me, I offer thanks to you, Adonai, my God, God of my ancestors, source of all creation, sovereign of all souls. Praised are you, Adonai, in whose hand is every living soul and the breath of humankind. Baruch atah Adonai, asher biado nefesh kol chai, v'ruach kol basar ish. We often ignore the fact that everything that happens when we wake up in the morning is a miracle, is a blessing. And so on page 198, 200, and 202, we have a series of blessings that acknowledge these little miracles, these daily miracles. On the very right-hand side of each page, you can see what each blessing is for, what miracle of waking up we have. And you can feel free to join in the recitation of these blessings or say amen at the end of each one.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan l'sechvivina levchin bein yom uvein laila.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam pokeach ivrim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zokef kefufim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam roch haaretz al hamayim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamechin mitzarei gaver.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam malbish erumim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hanoten layav koach.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamavir sheinai me'enai v'dma'am me'af apai.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shasani b'tzelem Elohim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shasani bar-chorim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shasani Yisrael.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam ozeh Yisrael b'gvura.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam oteh Yisrael b'tifara.
Amen. If you turn back one page to 201, we have an intention for us as we start our day. We'll join together in these words in English. As I awaken, let this be my thought. May my day be filled with acts of loving kindness. Let me be drawn to learning and discernment, and may my actions be shaped by mitzvot. Keep me from iniquity, disgrace, and sin. May I not be overwhelmed by temptation or despair. Distance me from evil people and false friends. Let me cultivate a life of goodness. May my hands reach out in kindness, and I will serve God through acts of righteousness. Today and every day may I merit your mercy by living my life with compassion and love. Holy One of blessing, draw me to your words. Teach me the art of sacred living. Baruch atah Adonai, hamlamed chasadim tovim le'amo Yisrael. Page 204 is the blessing for the study of Torah, which we'll join together in Hebrew and then in English. And then we'll take an opportunity to do a little bit of study so that we can awaken our minds in addition to our voices. On page 204. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to engage with words of Torah. O Adonai, our God, let the word of the Torah be sweet in our mouths and the mouths of your people Israel, so that we, our descendants, and the descendants of all your people Israel may know you by studying your Torah for its own sake. Blessed are you, Adonai, who teaches Torah to your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, hamlamed Torah le'amo Yisrael. If you turn the page to 206, we have a list of things that we say are limitless or without measure, things that we can do over and over and over again and never have fulfilled our obligation to do them. Let's join together in reading them, and then we'll do a little bit of study around them. These are things that are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world while the principle remains in the world to come. They are honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds of compassion, arriving early for study morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick, providing for the wedding couple, accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer, and making peace among people. But the study of Torah encompasses them all. Last night I spoke about the obligations that we have to welcome in the stranger. And the phrase that was used in a passage that I read from one of my colleagues and friends called welcoming the stranger, and especially welcoming refugees, an obligation that we have without measure. So to me, that seems that if she were to add to this list of 10 things, that's the one that she would add. So I'm going to invite you to look through that list again and figure out which one you would take away and what would be the obligation without measure that we can never stop doing in order to, that we can never actually complete doing, would you add to that list? Okay, so you're going to turn to your neighbor, say Shabbat Shalom, introduce yourself if you don't know them, and decide which item you're taking out of the list and what you're putting in its place. Okay, have you all figured out what you're taking out and what you're replacing it with? Have you figured out what you're taking out and what you're replacing it with? Okay, don't take his answer because he's going last. Okay, Sherry.
Well, I think I gave this one up at birth, arriving early. My son Michael and I, unlike Michael and I, Alex is always on time.
Okay, so you are not arriving early for study or anything.
Yeah, arriving early for anything.
Okay.
Right, Dawn? I did want to add, it says honoring one's father and mother, and I would like to add honoring one's children as well.
Okay, so honoring children in addition to honoring parents. Did any of you come up with something? Okay. Anybody else want to share? No, everyone's too nervous? Okay, Alex, we're going to you. I think they're too afraid to take away your answer.
I would probably add,
Wait, what are you taking away first?
no, we agree they're all important.
Oh, okay, you agreed they're all important. You can't take away anything. And I heard that over here as well, to which I said, there's a reason why this has been around for a couple thousand years. Okay, so what are you adding?
Like, something like volunteering or donating, taking the time out of the day.
Okay, so contributing your time to help make the world a better place? Awesome. Those sound like good things. I wish I had heard more of the things that you're thinking of, because each of us has our own passions and priorities in our world, and it's because we have those different passions of things that we need to bring to our world that we are actually able to make our world a better place. This concludes the first part of our service, which, like I said, is getting our bodies and minds ready for prayer. And then now we're going to continue with a section more warm-up prayers. These are psalms and songs of praise, and they begin with a blessing on page 212.
You're always welcome to sing along. I'm not worried if you have all the words right, not worried if you have all the notes right. That's not what's important. Just engage yourself. Baruch Shemar v'haya ha'olam, Baruch Hu, Baruch Oseh v'reishit, Baruch Omer v'oseh, Baruch Ozer Mekayim, Baruch Merachem al haaretz, Baruch Merachem al habriot, Baruch Meshalem Sachar Tov l'reav, Baruch Elad v'kayam lanetzach, Baruch Bodeh u'matzil, Baruch Shemo.
On the facing page, we join together in English. With this do I prepare myself to thank, praise, and glorify my Creator. Blessed are you, Sovereign of life, whom we praise with songs of glory. Baruch atah Adonai, melech mehulal batish bachot. Psalm 92 is the psalm for the Sabbath day. We join together in English towards the bottom of the page, up until the indented paragraph. When we get to the indent, we're going to go up to the indent in the Hebrew and sing that together. But first in English, a song for Shabbat. It is good to praise Adonai, to sing hymns to your name, O Most High, to proclaim your steadfast love at daybreak, your faithfulness each night, with 10-stringed harp, with voice and lyre together. You have gladdened me by your deeds, Adonai. I shout for joy at your handiwork. How great are your works, Adonai. How very subtle your designs. A brute cannot know. A fool cannot understand this. At the indent in the Hebrew.
Tzadik tamar yifrach, keres balavanon yizkeh, shetulim beveit Adonai, bechatzro
Eloheinu yafrichu od yenuvun beseva Teshenim verananim iyu lehagid ki yashar Adonai tzuri velo avlatamo.
Psalm 150, which invites us to use every part of our being to praise God, is on page 218.
Hallelujah, El Bekodsho, Hallelujah, Berkia Uzo, Hallelujah, Hallelujah. Hallelujah, Vigvorotav, Hallelujah, Kerov Gula, Hallelujah, Hallelujah. Hallelujah, Hallelujah.
You know these words.
Hallelujah, Hallelujah. Hallelujah, take a shofar. Hallelujah, never bechinor. Hallelujah, Hallelujah. Hallelujah, tofu machol. Hallelujah, minim be'ugav. Hallelujah, Hallelujah.
CDS kids.
Hallelujah, 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 Hallelujah. Hallelujah, Betzilzle Shama, Hallelujah, Betzilzle Trua, Hallelujah, Hallelujah. Kol Anshamate, Hallelujah, Kol Anshamate, Hallelujah, Hallelujah, Hallelujah. Hallelujah, Hallelujah, Hallelujah.
We conclude this section of Songs and Psalms on page 223.
Baruch atah Adonai el melech gadol betishbachot el hahodahot adon haniflot abocher b'shirei zimra melech elchei haolamim.
Praised are you, sovereign of wonders, crowned in adoration, delighting in song, eternal majesty. Please rise for the Chatzi Kaddish as you are able, as we begin the core section of our service.
Yitkadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabbah B'yalamat yivrachirutei v'yemelich machutei B'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei l'chol Beit Yisrael B'gala uvizman gari v'yimeru Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam le'almei Amaya Yitbarach Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitbar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal Shemei l'kudesha Richu li'ela min kol berchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata Davira mi'alma v'imiru Amen.
We continue with the Baruch Hu on 226 as Alex leads us in these prayers.
Lie, la, lie, 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 lie.
Lie,
Lie, la, lie, 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 lie. Lie, la, lie, 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 la, la, lie, lie. Lie, la, lie, 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 lie. Lie, la, lie, 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 la, la, lie, lie, la, 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach HaMevorach le'olam va'ed HaMevorach HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Page 228, blessing for the wonders of creation, especially the morning light.
Am I reading that in English? Yes. But that we weren't doing it in English.
Yeah.
We are.
It's okay, we'll read together.
Just start.
Praised are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of light and darkness, who makes peace and fashions all things. In mercy you illumine the world and those who live upon it. In your goodness you daily renew creation. How numerous are your works, Adonai. In wisdom you form them all, filling the earth with your creatures. Be praised, Adonai our God, for the excellent work of your hands, and for the light you created. May they glorify you. Shine a light upon Zion, that we all may swiftly merit its radiance. Praised are you, Adonai, creator of our heavenly lights. Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer HaMeorot.
Page 231.
Once or twice in a lifetime, a man or woman may choose a radical, leaving, having heard Lech Lecha, go forth. God disturbs us towards our destiny by
hard events and by freedom's now urgent voice, which explode and confirm who we are. We don't like leaving, but God loves becoming. Baruch atah Adonai, habocher be'amo Yisrael be'ahava.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
You may be seated. And we continue with the Ve'ahavta on page 234.
Ve'afta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anuchi mitzadecha ayom al levavecha ve'shinantam levanecha bedibarta bam V'shivtecha v'techa u'leftecha v'derech u'shavtecha b'chumecha u'shartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu atotafot b'neinecha u'ftartam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha Laman tiskaru v'asitem ekol mitzvotai v'hiyem kadoshim lechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeiti Yisraelhem eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lechem Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem.
On page 236, we have a paragraph from the book of Numbers about putting fringes on the corners of our garments. And as a reminder of the mitzvot. So we'll join together in English, both in the middle and at the bottom of the page.
Adonai said to Moses as follows, Speak to the Israelite people and instruct them to make for themselves fringes on the corners of their garments throughout the ages. Let them attach a cord of blue to the fringe at each corner. That shall be your fringe. Look at it and recall all the commandments of Adonai, and observe them so that you do not follow your heart and eyes in your lustful urge. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments, and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God.
Adonai Elohechem Emet.
At the top of page 239. We join together. Emet, there is no place where you are not. Even in the wilderness there is your word. Emet, that pen strokes of lightning, white fire, black flame, stir the soul's passion, guide our sacred way. True and enduring is Torah. Your truth for us is certain and established, now and forevermore. Like Moses, Miriam, and all Israel, we sing out and rejoice. Page 240, Micha Mocha.
You doing it? Oh, okay.
Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha mocha nedor b'kodesh, Nora tehilot osef eleh, Nora tehilot osef eleh.
Let's do that again.
Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha mocha nedor b'kodesh, Nora tehilot osef eleh, Nora tehilot osef eleh. Shira chalasha shimechu geolim, לשחוס שפת הים, יחד כולם הודו, והמליכו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. יאללה. Yalla yalla la 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 yalla yalla la 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 yalla la la yalla la 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 yalla la la.
Please rise as you are able.
Tzur Yisrael Kuma Be'ezrat Yisrael Ufedei Mecha Yehuda Yisrael Go'aleinu Adonai Tzvot Shemo Kedosh Yisrael Baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael.
We continue with the Amidah on page 242.
Adonai sefer tarti tafu fi agitei latecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elhei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Chel v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol, HaBibor v'Hanara, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim v'Konei HaKol, V'Zorcher Chastei Avot v'Imamot, Umevigocha l'nei V'nechem, Leman Shemo be'ava, Melech Osher u'Mashiach u'Magem, Baruch atah Adonai, Melgein Avraham v'Etzra. Ta gibor leolam Adonai, Mechal HaKol atah Rav le'Oshia, Mashiach Ruach u'Marid Hagashem, Mechael Kaim bechesed, Mechael HaKol v'rachamim rabim, Somech noflim v'rochechulim, Umatir asurim. Umekayem emunato lishmene yafar. Michamocha bal gevurot. Umidole lach. Umelekami, umechaya, umatzmi Yeshua, Memad atah aliyod hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, mechaye hakol.
Page 248.
נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, הכתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ויאמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך כל הארץ כבודו. אדיר אדירנו אדוני אדוננו, אדיר שמך בכל הארץ, ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו, הוא מלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון לדור ודור. הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גדלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש. ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
To all generations we will declare your greatness, and for all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Please be seated as Alex leads us in a song of rejoicing in Shabbat on page 250.
Yismechu b'malachutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu b'malachutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Mekadeshe, Mekadeshe Shavi Shabbat. Kulam Yisbe'u V'yitangu mituvecha Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. V'chashvi ratzita bo, Resita bo Rivkidashaho Shabbat. Chemdat Yamim Oto Migarata Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Zecher lema'aseh, lema'aseh bereshit Shabbat. Zecher Lama'aseh Bereshit Shabbat Yismechu B'Malachutecha Shomrei Shabbat V'Korei Oneg Shabbat Yismechu B'Malachutecha Shomrei Shabbat V'Korei Oneg Shabbat.
At the top of page 253, we join together.
We offer thanks, O God, for this Shabbat, which unites us in faith and hope, for Shabbat holiness, which inspires sacred living, for Shabbat memories glowing even in darkness, for Shabbat peace born of friendship and love. We offer thanks and blessing, O God. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Page 255 is a blessing asking God to accept our prayers.
Adonai Eloheinu, B'Yamcha Yisrael, U'tefilatam b'Yava, Tekabel, U'tehilratzon, Tamid Avodat Yisrael, Yisrael Amecha, Baruch atah Adonai, Asher otecha levadecha biranavod. Biranavod. Biranavod.
Who here has something that they're grateful for? That's it? At the very least, everyone should be grateful that this lovely young man has brought us all together here today in celebration and joy. But there are also plenty of things in our world that we have to acknowledge that sometimes we overlook because we're so busy with all of the day-to-day things. And so on page 257, we have a prayer that reminds us of some of these things. We'll read each paragraph responsively, so I'll read the first and you all will read the second, back and forth. And we'll all join in on the refrain at the end of each paragraph, Modim anachnu lach. Modim anachnu lach, if you were here last night, means we gratefully acknowledge you. So try that. Modim anachnu lach.
Modim anachnu lach.
Okay, that was terrible. Let's try that again. Modim anachnu lach.
Modim anachnu lach.
Okay, I still am not sure that you guys are getting it, but I know that you'll join in, right? Okay, page 257. For the expanding grandeur of creation, worlds known and unknown, galaxies beyond galaxies, filling us with awe and challenging our imaginations.
Modim anachnu lach. For this fragile planet Earth, its times and tides, its sunsets and seasons, Modim anachnu lach.
For the joy of human life, its wonders and surprises, its hopes and achievements. Modim anachnu lach. It's your turn. You should join in. Paragraph 4.
For human community, our common past and future hope, our oneness transcending all separation, our capacity to work for peace and justice in the midst of hostility and oppression. Modim anachnu lach.
For high hopes and noble causes, for faith without fanaticism, for understanding of views not shared.
Modim anachnu lach, for all who have labored and suffered for a fairer world, who have lived so that others might live in dignity and freedom. Modim anachnu lach,
for human liberties and sacred rights, for opportunities to change and grow, to affirm and choose.
Modim anachnu lach.
We pray that we may live not by our fears, but by our hopes, not by our words, but by our deeds. Blessed are you, Adonai. Your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot. We continue with a prayer for peace, Sim Shalom, page 258.
Sim shalom, sim shalom tova uvracha. Sim shalom tova uvracha. Chen v'chesed v'rachamim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael amecha. Barcheinu yirtzreinu kulanu ki echad bior panecha.
Bior panecha.
Sim shalom tova uvracha. Sim shalom tova uvracha. Ki bior panecha natatat lanu Adonai Eloheinu Torah chaim v'achad chesed ustaka uvracha v'rachamim v'chaim v'shalom. Sim shalom tova uvracha. Sim shalom tova uvracha. V'tov be'einecha lavared et amecha Yisrael b'chol et uv'chol shah bishlomecha. Sim shalom tova uvracha. Sim shalom tova uvracha. Baruch atah Adonai hamavarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom.
Amen. We pause now for a moment to offer the prayers that we don't share with even the people sitting right next to us, to offer the prayers of our hearts.
Now take what you need. Take it with you.
Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, amen. Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. V'imru, amen.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
Actually, Rabbi Gorban was right. That was terrible, because I'm nice. I spend my life trying to be nice. I majored in niceness at a large Midwestern university. And so being nice means you want to evoke niceness from other people. So when I say Shabbat Shalom, which means the best of Shabbat to you, especially the kids who are visiting us, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Terrific. We're at the Torah service, which is the middle part, actually the part where, Alex is going to officially be called to the Torah for the first time as Bar Mitzvah. Many of you have been asked to be part of this in terms of being honored with coming up to do various blessings. If you are honored with an aliyah, we're going to ask you to come up this staircase here. If you forget your prayer book, we have a nice big print over here so you can find it, so you can be able to say your blessing. And again, when we come around with the Torah, feel free to take your prayer book, or if you're wearing a talit, to touch it with that and to kiss that as a sign of reverence. So we're going to be learning about the third section of the Torah readings, which start in Genesis. 2 weeks ago, we created the world. Last week, we destroyed the world, Noah. This week, we are going to affirm that God has a unique relationship with Abraham and Sarah, and they're going to enter into what's called a covenant, a sacred agreement that we believe lasts until this very day. But the first thing we have to do is take the Torah out. So I'm going to ask Tom to come up and open the ark. There we go. Yeah, go either way. It doesn't matter. Find Rabbi Gorban, if you would, please. We're turning in our books to page 362 in the brackets. And as you are able, please rise for the opening of the ark.
Ein kamocha v'Elohim Adonai
Ve'ein kema'asecha Malchutecha malchut kol olamim U'memshaltecha bechol dor v'dor
Adonai melech
Adonai malach
Adonai imloch
le'olam va'ed Adonai oz le'amoitein Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom Ahava rachamim Heitiva v'etzoncha et Sion Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim Ki v'cha levad batachnu Melech el ram v'nisa Adon olamim. This is our Torah. This is our heritage. By this heritage, our ancestors lived, and for the sake of it, they often had to die. But always this treasure and heritage was passed on to a new generation of young and eager hands to have and hold, to learn, to make their very own. Today, when we celebrate a wonderful young man like Alex becoming Bar Mitzvah, we're so happy at the thought of this Torah being passed on to this big, strong pair of arms right over here. So we're going to take the Torah for which he's going to read today, and we'll pass it once again from generation to generation to generation, from his grandparents to his parents, from his parents to him. Just hold it, touch it. There you go. There. Perfect. There we go. There you go. You got it? So turn to the next page. And at the very top, on the right-hand side, you'll see the two lines that we're going to be chanting on 364, and then immediately to 366. Ki mitzihon tetzeh Torah, Ki mitzihon tetzeh Torah, Udevar Adonai mirushalayim. Turn the page. Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah. Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah Le'amo Yisrael B'kedushato. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Echad Eloheinu Gadol. Everybody turn around, face the ark. Kadosh Shemo. Gadlul Adonai Iti. Uneramema Shemo Yachdav. Lecha Adonai Hagedula v'hagevura v'hatiferet v'hanetzach v'hahod ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz lecha Adonai hamaham lecha v'yamit na'aseh. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Lecha Adonai hagedula v'hagevura v'hatiferet v'hanetzach v'hahod ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz lecha Adonai hamamlacha v'yamit na'aseh lechol erosh.
Al shlosha devarim.
Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim. Ha'olam omed. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim.
Al shlosha devarim. Ha'olam omed. Al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. The Torah portion we're going to read today is called Lech Lecha. And Mike Gordon, who is usually right on top of this, I saw him with his books right here. He has books that look just like this so that you can follow the Torah reading in Hebrew and in English if you don't already have a Chumash, a book of the 5 books. They should be out there as well, or around you if you look around the pew racks. If you look going from right to left to page 91, you'll be able to see the beginning of the tale of Avram. Notice he's not even Abraham yet. He's called Avram. His wife is not called Sarah yet. She's called Sarai. And he is called. The whole idea in sacred text is that you are called to something out of the ordinary. And one of the things I like to say is if you look at classic Greek myths or Roman stories, the classic model is a young man being asked to leave home, do impossible acts of daring do and heroism, and coming back home, either living happily ever after or having to clean things up that have gone to heck in a handbasket while he's away. This story breaks the mold and is unique. We have a middle-aged to older man who's told to leave everything you know and never come back. Your mission is not to free the world of all the dangers, but to live a life of blessing. And that's why it's said that he will be a blessing. Again, we can find where we are on page 91, going from right to left. So for the first aliyah, Yamod aliyah rishonah, David ben Mendel, will Don Small, please come to the Torah. Over here. Take your time. It's Shabbos, we have a lot of time. Okay. Right, Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu Adonai Havorach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Havorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bachar Banu Mikoamim V'nata Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Hold the Torah for me.
Amen. Vayomer Adonai el Avraham Lech Lecha Me'artzecha Me'moladetecha ומבית אביך אל הארץ אשר אראך ואעשך לגוי גדול ואברכך ואגדלה שמך והיה ברכה ואברך מברכך ומקללך אור ונברחו בך כל משפחות האדמה. The Lord said to Avram, go forth from your native land and from your father's house, Lech Lecha, to the land that I will show you. I will make of you a great nation, and I will bless you, and I will make your name great, and you shall be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and I will curse those who curse you. And all the families of the earth shall bless themselves by you.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'hayei olam l'tabtuchenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Yishkoach? Yeah, wait.
Right over here.
Yishkoach.
You can hold this side.
Yishkoach. Tamod Aliyah Hashniya Tzipor Bat David. Will Jamie Mason please come to the Torah? Oh, Michael, he's going to take this one or what? Okay, well, Jamie, come on up. You're going to do a double?
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
No, come on. Come on over here. You'll do it together. What's your name?
I'm Michael.
Oh, you're doing your own.
I just heard my name when they called it. So
Oh, okay. So you hang up here because no. Actually, he has the next one. So he's going to be called separately. So this is yours alone.
all you.
He'll just accompany you. Okay? Baruch Adonai Varach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Varach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai.
Oh, Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher batan lanu mikol ha'amim. Natan lanu atorato. Baruch Atah Adonai natan haTorah.
Amen. You come closer and hold the Torah here for her. Hold the Torah.
Amen.
all right.
Vayelech Avram kasher diber alav Adonai vayelech ito lot ve'Avram ben chamesh shanim v'shivim shana v'tzeto meharan vayikach Avram et Sarai ishto ve'et Lot ben Echa ve'et kol rechusham asher achashu ואת הנפש אשר עשו בחרן ויצאו ללכת ארצה כנען ויבואו ארצה כנען ויעבור אברהם בארץ עד מקום שכם עד אלון מורה והכנעני אז בארץ.
Kiss there, you can. If you want to, you can with this.
Use that kiss there, and then
It's right there. Perfect.
and then Baruch or Baruch. Okay.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet. V'cha yeh elom nato v'to chanu. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Cantor Berman, do you want to read the translation, or do you want
Yes,
me to?
thank you.
Okay, you go to the other. Say hello to him.
Thank you.
Go to the other side. I have it.
Avram went forth as the Lord had commanded him, and Lot went with him. Avram was 75 years old when he left Haran. Avram took his wife Sarai and his brother's son Lot, and all the wealth that they had amassed and the persons that they had acquired in Haran, and they set out for the land of Canaan. When they arrived in the land of Canaan, Avram passed through the land as far as the site of Shechem at the terebinth of Moreh. The Canaanites were then in the land.
Okay, 100,000 meaningless points to anybody who knows what a terebinth is. What's a terebinth? It's an SAT word, by the way. You'll have to know it, right?
No, it's not.
A holy tree. Tree worship being the oldest form of worship known to humankind. If you don't believe me, read The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein again. Okay? Elo Moreh, terebinth means holy tree. So, Yamod Aliyah Shishit, Mendelsar ben Minka Fredel.
Make sure I'm good.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Barach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayera Adonai el Avram. Vayomer lezarecha aten et haaretz hazot vayiven sham mizbeach ladonai hanireh elav vayatek misham hehara mikedem leveit el vayet Aholo Beit El miyam ha'ayem mikedem vayiven sham mizbeach l'Adonai vayikra v'shem Adonai vayisav Avram haloch v'nasoah ha'negba.
So use this to touch these places and then you kiss that. There you go. Baruch.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet. V'chaye halam nata betochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Yamod Aliyah Revi'it. Oh, excuse me, we got a translation, right?
Yes, thank you. I keep forgetting too. Thank you. But the Lord appeared to Avram and said, I will give this land to your offspring. And he built an altar there to the Lord who had appeared to him. From there he moved on to the hill country east of Bethel and pitched his tent with Bethel on the west and Ai on the east. And he built there an altar to the Lord and invoked the Lord by name. Then Avram journeyed by stages toward the Negev.
So as I call the next Aliyah, please turn ahead in your Chumash to page 97 where the text will continue, where we get into, what do we call this, the morally questionable part of our Parsha, and realize that the Torah is not afraid to share our patriarchs not as saints, but as human beings with all kinds of fears and flaws, and we'll be reading about that in a second. So first, Ya'amod Aliyah HaRevi'it Shimon Reuven Ben Meir. Will Randy please come to the next Aliyah? All the way from crossing a river in the North Hills. She'll show you exactly where to touch with your tzitzit. There you go. Right there. Yep.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Barach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Hold the Torah. Hold it. Yeah, there's a break. So it's Vayihi Ra'av.
Okay. Vayirav ba'aretz, and there was a famine in the land. Vayered Avram Mitzrayma, and Avram went down towards Egypt. Lagursham ki kaved harav ba'aretz, and he went to live in Egypt, towards Egypt, to live there because the famine was very heavy in Egypt, in the land. Vayered Avram Mitzrayma. Wait, I just read that. Vayhika asher Hikriv lavo Mitzrayma, and it happened to be that when he got close to coming to Egypt, Vayomer el Sarai ishto, he said to Sarai, his wife, Hinena yadati ki isha yafat mar'eh at. So look, I know that you are such a beautiful looking woman. V'haya ki yir'u atcha hamitzrim, Otach Hamitzrim, and what will happen is that the Egyptians will take one look at you. Ve'amru ishtozot, oh, that's his wife. Ve'hargu oti ve'otach yichayu, and so they'll kill me and they'll keep you alive. Imrina achotiat. Tell them that you're my sister. Le'man yitavli bavurech, so that it can be good for me. V'chayta nafshi biglalech, and I will survive because of you.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'tehenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen.
Michael, say hello to him. And say hello to Alex.
John, Captain.
As we like to say, the plot thickens here, right? So we say, Yamod Aliyah Chamishit, Meir Ben Herschel. Will Mal please come for the next Aliyah? You can, he can come up here. He can come up here. Whatever's easier. Whatever's easier. That's why we're Reform, right? Whatever's, no. It's a bad joke, sorry. So we're going to be, Baruch Hu is right up here. Oh, sorry. Got that.
Baruch Hu es Adonai Hamzavah.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Hamzavah.
Leolam Va'ed.
Leolam Va'ed.
Okay. Baruch Atah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'har b'nei mikol ha'olam v'neh Moshe Lanu es Torah Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayhi kivo Avram Mitzrayma, and so when Avram actually went down towards Egypt, I just lost my place. Vayiru hamitzrim et haisha ki yafahi me'od, and the Egyptians did in fact see his wife, and that she was very pretty. Vayiru ota Sarai Paro. And Pharaoh saw Sarai. V'halaluota el Paro. Sarai Paro.
Right.
And
Praised him.
servants, the princes of the Pharaoh, saw that she was beautiful, and they praised her to Pharaoh. Vatukach haisha beit Paro, and so the woman, that is Sarai, was taken into the house of Pharaoh. Ulavram hetiv ba'avura, and it went well for Avram because of that, because of her. Vayhilot son uvakar v'chamorim v'avadim v'shvachot v'atonot ugmalim. And he had all sorts of sheep and cattle and donkeys and slaves and handmaids and female donkeys and camels.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'tehenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yishkach. It's good to hear the Ashkenazi Hebrew I grew up with. That's very good. Come on to the other side. Ta'amod minka fredel bad meir v'tzipi la'aliyah hashishit. Sherry's going to come up and not just do the blessing. She's going to actually read Torah herself. She said she hasn't done this in only a couple years, right? 35 years. So we're delighted to have her a return appearance of Torah reading here for his mother. But first she has to do the blessing. Here, use that. Touch there. Kiss that. Stand in the middle where the Torah is. Baruch Hu.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Barach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai hamvarach leolam vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol hamim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Put your hand here. There you go.
V'yinaga Adonai et Paro. Negaim gadolim ve'et beito. Al davar sarai eshet Avram. Ve'yikra Faro la'Avram. Vayomer mazot asita li. Lama lo higadta li. Ki ishtecha hi. Lama amarta achotihi ve'ekach ota li leisha ve'ata hine ishtecha kach valech vatsav alav paro anashim ve'yishalchu oto va'et ishto va'et ko asher lo.
Beautiful. So, we read the following words. And that God plagued Pharaoh with great plagues and upon all of his household in the matter of Sarah, the wife of Avram. And so Pharaoh figured it out. And he called to Avram and he said, "What is this you've done to me? Why didn't you tell me she's your wife? Why did you say she's my sister? So that I might take her for me as my own wife. And now here is your wife, take her and go." And so he commanded, Pharaoh did, all of his people, and they sent him off along with his wife and all that he had gathered. Okay, Baruch.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. We'll say hello. The last person called to the Torah is given the title of Maftir. Maftir is the sweetest portion. We give it to our sweetest, most handsome young people. And so we're going to do a blessing, but first I'm going to call him. You're going to be over here, Sharon. This is the special place that parents get to stand. Okay? So I get to call you in a different way than I've called everybody else. I get to say, Yamod, 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 Levarachata Kriya, Sarnes ben Minka Fredel, Bar Mitzvah.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Vaed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Hold the Torah for him right over there. Okay.
V'yal Avrami Mitzrayim hu ve'ishto v'chol asher lo v'lo dimo anegba v'Avram kaved ma'od b'mikneh b'kesef u'v'zahav v'yalech l'masa'av minegev v'ad Beit El ad hamakom asher haya sham of Ohelo Bathila Bain Beit El Uvein Ha'ai El Mekom Hamizbeach Asher Haya Sham Asha Sham Barishana Va'ikra Sham Avram B'Shem Adonai.
And thus it was that Avram came up from Egypt, along with his wife and all that he had gathered, and Lot, his nephew, with them up to the Negev desert from Egypt. And Avram had he had amassed an incredible amount of wealth, especially in livestock and silver and in gold. And he went on their journeys throughout the Negev desert and came all the way to Beit El, literally the house of God, and from there on to that place. And there he pitched his tent as he had before between Beit El and the city of Ai. And in that place he built the very place that he had built an altar from before, and there he called upon the name of God formally, invoking God's name. Okay?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat amet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Kiss your mother. She's very nice. There we go. Now you can go down. Beautiful. Mazel tov. Beautiful. While the Torah is out, it's as if our hearts are out and open for all kinds of blessings. So the first blessing we're going to offer is a blessing for the well-being of the state of Israel. I'm going to ask Cheryl to come forward to read that blessing, and it can be found in your prayer book. But Cheryl, please come on up, and I'll have the blessing ready for you. You have it? Come on up. We like big print, especially those of us over 60. Okay, here's the mic right over here.
O Heavenly One, protector and redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen.
Amen. Hey, Alex, get over here. Alex, get over here. Hugs. There you go. We're going to ask Tom to come up to the blessing for the well-being of our country. I have it up here for you. You got it? Yeah. Cheers, guardian.
O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in the defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdoms and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all to appreciate another and respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much. The last prayer we do while the Torah is open before moving on to the Haftarah is a prayer called the Mishaberach, a prayer of healing. On page 371 in your prayer books, you'll find the Mishaberach. It's our custom to not only sing this prayer for those who are not well, but try to have you maybe even share the names of those for whom you wish healing. Everybody here knows somebody who is not whole, who is broken in some way, either physically, emotionally, or spiritually. Many of us know people in hospitals who are terrified about what will happen in just the next day or so. And many of us know people who are in nursing homes, grandparents, or even great-grandparents, who may face this weekend all alone without even one visitor. And those of us in Western Pennsylvania also know that there are those who walk the earth with a stone in the heart or face the daily battles of sobriety. If there's a name of somebody you wish to add to our collective heart, I'll look at your part of the congregation. And please feel free to say a name of somebody for whom you wish all of us to pray for wholeness, health, well-being, fullness of heart, mind, body, and soul. And if you just nod at me, that's fine. Don't raise your hand. Class is over for the weekend, right? There we go. Anybody? Names? Mm-hmm. Walt Rudolph, Eleanor Bloom, Violet Marcus.
Michael Yaakov Ben Chana, Lee Fega, Chava Batili, Joe Darnell.
371.
Mikor habracha limotenu of strength, who bless the ones before us.
Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishe berach imotenu, mikor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Yamdu hamagbiya v'hagolelet. Will Michael and Sherry please come to the Torah to lift it up? I know, I heard. So as you are able, please rise for the lifting of Torah.
You want it open or you want it closed?
Whatever you're secure in. Okay, just lift it over that, over the bar there.
I got you.
I want him so it doesn't fall.
Zot haTorah asher
Moshe livnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai biyad Moshe.
Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah tziva lanu Moshe, Torah tziva lanu Moshe, Torah tziva lanu Moshe, Torah tziva lanu Moshe, Torah, 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 Torah tziva lanu Moshe, Torah, 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 Torah tziva lanu Moshe. Please be seated, everyone. The Haftarah is on page 330. Now, what we do here is at the end of the Haftarah, we're going to ask after the blessing for you to gently waft candy. And so I'm going to do something I've never done. So all of you in the back, look at me, everybody. Hi, look at me. I want you to arise and come closer because you will not be able to reach him with the candy. So come to the couple front rows. We'll give out the candy. Now, for those who've never been here before, this is not intermission. We're not handing out the candy to eat. This is at the very end. There you go. Sit here. We're going to give you the candy, and then at the end, you'll be able to come up and get it.
I think
there we go. Thank you so much.
Okay.
There are plenty of seats. You don't have to sit in each other's lap. That's fine. The Haftarah portion that's going to be done is on page 330 of your Chumash, where this will not be translated. It's a beautiful passage from Isaiah chapter 40 that's associated with Lech Lecha that affirms the relationship between God and the Jewish people, even when we doubt it, even when we don't actually fulfill our best. So if you'd like to follow on page 330, the translation is there. It will not be translated for you out loud. It'll be done after the appropriate blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nvi'im tovim v'ratzav v'divrehem hanetmarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habacher b'torah uv'Moshe avdo uv'Yisrael amo uv'nvi'ah ha'amet v'tzedek.
Amen.
Lama Tomar Yaakov Udaber Yisrael Nistarad Kiyame Adonai Ume Elohai Mishpatia Yavor Halo Yadata Imlo Shamata Elohei Olam Adonai Borea Ketzort Haaretz Lo Yaf Lo Yiga Ein Hadker Lidvunato Notain Laef Koach Ulein Onim Otzmayor Bech Ve'yafu na'arim ve'iga'u Uvechurim kashol yikashalu. V'koyei Adonai v'lifu koach. V'lu ever kanasharim. Yarutsu v'lo yiga'u yelachu. V'lo yi'afu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam tzor kol hamim tzadik bechol chadorot ha'el ha'ne'eman ha'omer ve'oseh amdaber kayem shekol devara amed v'tzadek all ha'torah ve'all avodah all ha'nevi'im all Yom HaShabbat hazeh shenata talanu Adonai Eloheinu Likdusha ve'limnucha lekavod uftifaret all hakol Adonai Eloheinu anachnu modim lach umvarchem otach Yitbarach Shimcha b'ficho chai tamid le'olam va'ed Baruch atah Adonai
Baruch Shemo
Mekadesh HaShabbat
Amen. Simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, mazel tov, simen tov. Yehelanu, O lecho Yisrael. Yehelanu, O lecho Yisrael. You'll get them later. So in our prayer books, we're proceeding to the prayers to return the Torah to the ark. We're going to ask Tom to come up and do his wonderful job again, and turn to page 374 in the brackets. And as you are able, please rise as the Torah comes over. Come on, Michael. You okay? This is the easy part. Come on over. 374.
Hallelujah, Shem Adonai, ki niskaf shemo levado.
Horo ha'le'eretz shamayim vayarem keren le'amo tehila lechol
Livnei Yisrael
Am kerovo. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Ki lekach tov natati lechem torati al ta'azovu. For a good heritage I have given you, do not forsake it. Eitz chayim hi l'machazikim ba v'tomcheha me'ushar deracheha darchei noam v'chol nativoteha shalom hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva Chadesh Yameinu Chadesh Yameinu Kekedem. Have a seat, everyone. We continue with the third leg of what we ask every Bar and Bat Mitzvah student to share with us. We ask them to share that they know our prayers and they can lead us in prayers. We ask them to share their Torah knowledge, their knowledge of the actual physical text of the Torah and the Haftarah. But then we ask them to tell us, what does it mean to them? What are these ancient words? It could just be ancient words on a scroll we never look at. What does it mean? How do we make them come alive in their meaning and their problems, which are not that much different than some of the problems we face today, even though we don't talk about camels? but some of the problems of who we are in this world, and I look so much forward to hearing your Devar Torah. Okay?
Shabbat Shalom.
Wait, they didn't say it. Say it again.
Shabbat Shalom.
There you go.
My parsha is called Lech Lecha. It is found in the book of Genesis. It begins with God saying to Avram, who's later called Abraham, to go forth from your homeland to the land that God will show him. God also promises Avram that he will become a great nation and appointed him to become the leader of the Jewish people. Avram and his wife Sarai followed God's call to journey to Canaan, where the covenant between God and Avram was affirmed. Why did God choose Avram to be the leader of the Jewish people? He was chosen because he demonstrated effective leadership skills. According to the Midrash, Avram was a very intelligent man. He was not afraid to ask hard questions or stand up for what he believed. For example, he believed that there was one God, while the majority of people at the time, including his own father, believed in idols. Avram led a small group of people by teaching that one God created the heavens and earth and all human beings. He devoted his life to the teaching of God. Wisdom is a quality of a great leader. Avram also showed leadership by having courage. In my parsha, Avram heard that his nephew Lot was taken captive by 4 kings. Immediately, Avram organized an army to rescue him. He ended up defeating the kings and saving Lot. Avram was ready to sacrifice his own life in order to save Lot because he believed that saving a life was one of the highest forms of serving God. Bravery is a quality of a gifted leader. Finally, Avram was chosen by God to be the leader of the Jewish people because of his fairness. In my parsha, an argument occurred between Avram and Lot's cattle herders regarding where the cattle would graze. Avram solved the problem right away before it got any worse. In the Torah, Avram said to Lot, "There should be no quarrel between you and me, and your herdsmen and mine, for we are close kin." Avram gave Lot the choice of where to take the animals to graze. Avram suggested, "If you go north, I will turn south, and if you go south, I will turn north." Being fair is a quality of a gifted leader. Avram demonstrated leadership skills such as wisdom, bravery, and fairness throughout my Torah portion. We have many leaders in today's world who show similar qualities. Take a few seconds to think about someone who you think is a modern-day leader. When I think about someone who is a great leader, I think of my grandmother. My grandmother is kind and thoughtful like Avram. She makes sacrifices for her family, for my brother Michael and me. She retired early to babysit us so that we didn't have to go to daycare. In fact, every day she is helping me out by taking me to the dentist appointments or taking me to get my hair cut. Instead of doing things for herself, she's always helping me, like Avram. My Nan is very wise. She gives me the best advice. She is definitely my #1 fan, especially when I play the piano. She tells me all the time to keep going and keep practicing so that I do get better. Like Avram, my grandmother is an awesome teacher. She teaches me something every day. By watching her, I have learned how to be a good person to humans and animals. There are so many other things she has done for me. I cannot begin to say how much I appreciate her. My Nan is a true leader, my hero, my best friend. From my Nan, I learned to care deeply for animals, specifically dogs. As a result, I chose to focus on dogs for my Tikkun Olam project. When most people hear the word dog, they associate them with their cuteness. When I hear the word dog, I instantly think about volunteering, making dogs' lives a little bit better. During the past year, I spent a significant amount of time at the Humane Society just petting them and walking them. Some of the dogs I was working with were older, abused, or had special needs. I have been and always will be committed to this cause. I intend on returning to the shelter throughout my life to give back to those homeless dogs. How do I begin to thank everyone for making this day possible for me? Thank you, Rabbi Gorbin, for helping me understand the lessons and the meaning of my Torah portion. Thank you for helping me to formulate the ideas in order to write this Devar Torah. Thank you, Rabbi Gibson, for marrying my parents so that I'm able to be and have a bar mitzvah. Thank you, Cantor Berman, for helping me to fine-tune my prayers, Torah, and Haftorah. Thank you, Adele Safran, my bar mitzvah tutor, for spending the last year with me, teaching me just about everything I did today. Thank you, Uncle Randy. What I remember most about you is how you always planned family vacations for us. You would be in charge and have all the details on hand. I must say you picked a great place every time. We were lucky to have great weather each and every time. We had fun in the pool and at the beaches. You are an uncle full of love and affection. You have been a part of my life from the very beginning, and I will always cherish our time together. Nan, thank you so much for being there for me all the time. I can always tell you anything. Thank you so much for always being there for me. I love you. Pat, what I remember most about you is how talented you are over the years. I am amazed at how you could take a junky-looking car and turn it into a showpiece. You took so much pride into your work. I also remember when someone in the family needed something fixed in their house, they would call on the fixer. That would be you. I think no matter what needed to be done, that you would not hesitate to do your best to fix it. Now you have been calling on me to help you with some things that you cannot do without help. I'm so happy that I can be there for you. You are one in a million. Michael, I have seen many pictures of us together when we were both very young. You were always giving me big hugs and smiling. I do not remember fighting too much as brothers do, but I think I may have bit you a few times. Now that we are grown, let's stick to the hugs and know that I will always look up to you and love you very much. Dad, you are the kind, caring, and loving dad that any kid could wish for. As long as I can remember, you have been full of surprises. No birthday or holiday ever went by without you making it the best ever. You put a lot of thought and planning into everything you do. You are the strong but very sensitive one in the family. I have always felt so safe with you because I know that you will always be there to protect me. Thank you so much for being there throughout the years with so much love. Mom, my rock, without your love, patience, and guidance over the years, this day may never have happened. When I was born, the odds were against me, and I was so tiny the doctors did not think I would survive. Both my mom and dad said I was a fighter. I do not give up, and they did not either. From that moment on, my mom devoted her life to me. She and my dad spent every night day and night for the next 42 days, holding me close to their hearts, singing, reading, and praying for a miracle. Their prayers came true, and I was finally strong enough to leave the hospital. Through the years, my mom has always been there for me. As a toddler, she played with me, read to me, and sang to me, colored and painted with me. As I grew, she helped me with homework, encouraged me to take swim lessons, piano lessons, and getting involved in activities that would be educational. My mom is a teacher in many ways. She has taught me to be kind, loving, generous, and forgiving. I love you, Mom. Shabbat Shalom.
Well, let me be the very first to say Mazel, Mazel, Mazel Tov. And you make me really glad I married your parents.
Mm-hmm.
Face me. I'm the one talking to you now. There you go. You do know that your name Sar is prince, courtier. It's the same root as Sarai, Sarah, royalty. And look at the 3 generations of this family. It's kind of a Jewish royalty. And you are the proud bearer of that lineage and that heritage. You kind of understand what leadership is, not only because you read about Abraham's role, but because it's in your blood to stand up for what's right and do things that are important for other people, even when it's not going to get applause, and frankly, even when your friends might not be thrilled about what you do, to lead, to be a little bit different. Leaders have to be willing to stand up and not have everybody love them. Leaders have to be willing to stand up and say, I'm doing this because I know it's right, even when people around them doubt. And I see seeds of that in you. Abraham, as you are rightly pointed out, was a leader not only in spirituality, affirming God as singular and one, and that God could have a relationship with one person, one family of whom we're the descendants. That Abraham could lead to a new land he had never been. He was an explorer. He was a leader, as you said, going to war for family, to make sure that Lot was safe. People usually fight for their interests. He fought for family. He was also a leader in an area that we actually read about next week, but I wanted to tell you about it now. He was a leader in hospitality. The Midrash, the rabbis, tell us that his tent was open on all four sides, and he would constantly scout around to see if there were wayfarers on the road. And what he would do is he would find those wayfarers, he would come in and he would make them a big meal, and then he would teach them about God by doing the Birkat Hamazon, the grace after meals, where we thank God. Well, one day there was an old man. Legend has it he was 90. He was walking by himself on his cane, and he was walking by the road, and Abram says, "You must come in and take your ease. Come in, take off your sandals, we'll wash your feet, we'll give you a meal, we'll make sure that you have a place for the night," because Abram was such a leader in hospitality. Well, after the big meal, Abraham gave his pitch about God, and the old man said, "You know something that's really nice? I have my own God right here." And he pulled out an idol and started worshiping the idol instead of doing Birkat Hamazon. Abraham was furious. And what he did is something he had never done before. He packed up the old man's stuff and he sent him alone into the night. He said, "I cannot have anybody insulting God at my table." And as soon as the old man had crested the last hill out of sight, Abraham, sitting there, was very satisfied with himself because he had stood up for God. And he heard a voice. It was God saying, "Abraham, how you doing?" And Abraham said, "I'm doing very well. I just stood up for you. I sent that man away into the night because he was going to worship an idol." And God said, "Do you know how old that man is?" And Abraham said, "He looks really old." And God said, "He's 90. You've got nobody. And you sent him off into the night." And Abraham protested. He said, "But he was worshiping an idol. I couldn't stand for that." And God said to him, "You know, I've known he's been an idol worshiper for 90 years, and I could handle it just fine. You couldn't handle him for one night?" So Abraham knew he had done wrong. And he went back out into the night and he found him and he brought him back. And he learned that a true leader doesn't demand that everybody think like he does or believe like he does. He learns to find the gifts of the people around him or her and celebrate who they are. This is my hope and prayer for you, because from that tiny baby, you're bigger than me. You violated the first rule of Bar Mitzvah here at Temple Sinai. You got taller than the rabbi. And you were a leader in many ways, but I want you to be a leader not just with the dogs. I want you to be a leader with those friends out there who are sitting out listening to you now and eating candy and not necessarily paying attention even when I'm looking at them. And yeah, you guys out there. Yeah, all of you. Anyway, I want you to understand that each one of them has a gift. Each one of them, like Abraham and Sarai, who are called to be blessings, can be a blessing. And maybe you can be a blessing by understanding that not everybody's like you, and be a leader by letting people be who they are and taking the gifts they have and leaving the rest aside. And if you do that, you're going to be blessed throughout your entire life, even as you're blessed at this moment. Give her your hand. Here we go. May God bless you and keep you.
Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka
ken yehi ratzon.
May the light of God shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom ken yehi ratzon.
May God lift up God's presence to you and grant you joy, fulfillment, love, purpose, meaning, and most of all, peace. As together we all say,
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lahazman hazeh. Now, usually we have parents come and speak, but I'm told his grandmother's going to come up and say a word or two. Is that correct? So come on where I'm standing. Come where I'm standing. Face this way and listen to your Nana, okay? I know you do. I'm going to move the microphone. Get close to the mic, okay?
Today our family is filled with love and joy as we celebrate Alex on his bar mitzvah. Alex, you are my sunshine in the morning. You are my shining star in the night. You are a hard worker. You're kind, generous, sensitive, and loving. You will forever have a special place in my heart. May God bless you, keep you in his care. You are our miracle. I love you.
Listen to your mother. Oh, whatever. As long as you're close to the mic.
Alex, my beautiful son, when you were in my belly, I prayed every day to God. I prayed for him to protect you and to allow you to grow inside of me for as long as possible. Finally, at 30 weeks, you demanded to come out and explore the world. You were so little. We covered your entire body with a washcloth. Daddy's wedding band fit on your wrist. You were one of the smallest babies in the NICU. That is the neonatal intensive care unit. For 42 days, your father and I never left your incubator. As time passed, you grew and grew. Now look at you. You are so tall. Every day I look up to you in so many ways. Alex, you have a heart of gold. The way you are devoted to your grandparents is truly remarkable. You are such a special kid. What kid gets up on a ladder to help his pap repair a roof? That kid is you. You are still recovering when that tree limb fell on your shoulder. Why did you do it? Because it was the right thing to do. What kid opens the door every time his grandma goes in or gets out of the car? What kid goes grocery shopping on a weekly basis with his grandma? What kid considers his grandma his best friend? That kid is you. Why do you do it? Because it is the right thing to do. You have built your life around your grandparents. That is what makes you an amazing kid. In addition to your devotion to your grandparents, you are so dedicated to animals. You are the best big brother to Parker Pup. Even though he growls at you most of the time and looks super vicious, he told me to tell you that he loves you just the way you pick him up, pinch him, and kiss him. Maya, Nan and Pap's pup, is now a member of our family because of you. Every day you would research all the dogs at various animal shelters. You helped them adopt a 6-year-old dog who no one else wanted. In the cage, she appeared so depressed and sad. Because of you, she is a vibrant dog who now knows how to play with toys, run, jump, and be happy. Since her adoption in April, you have been committed to playing with her and walking her daily. A few months ago, there was a dog wandering around in our neighborhood. He was a 150-pound Great Dane. At the time, we were unaware if he was aggressive or not. Without thinking, you grabbed his collar so that he didn't run into the street. You immediately told me to get Parker's leash. After putting the leash on, you searched the neighborhood for his owners. You safely returned this big pup to his family. What kid risks his own life for animals? That kid is you. As I stand here today on the bema, I am so proud to call you my son. You have studied so hard to make this day a success. You read out of the Torah for the very first time. For those of you who do not know, reading out of the Torah is extremely difficult. It is reading Hebrew without vowels. It is studying trope, which is the rhythm or melody of each word that you sing. You did it. You rocked it. You also taught the entire congregation about the lesson of your Torah portion. You taught us about how Avram was a leader back in the ancient times. Today, you demonstrate leadership. You encompass all the qualities of a true leader: kindness, caring, and dedication. Watching you blossom and mature throughout this year has been one of the most rewarding things I've seen in my life. I am truly honored that God blessed me with such a wonderful son. I would like to conclude with a quote from my most favorite children's book. I love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby, you'll be.
This is not going to be pretty. So I'll try to get through this, but I might have to hand it off to your mother. So, I can't do it. You got to do it. You got to do it.
Alex, my son, I am proud of you, not just for today, but every day. Your compassion and loyalty to your family is incredible. Your talents are many, and you need to realize how very special you are. You remind me of my father with your musical talents. How many people can truly say they taught themselves to play the piano at the age of 4 years old? Playing songs just by listening to them. As for myself, I can't play anything, but wish I could. It's truly a gift you have, and although you have not been playing much lately, you need to understand how impressed we all are of you. You have come a long way since you were born. 3 pounds, 2 ounces. Now you're bigger than me, well, at least taller. Being a parent is the toughest job ever, because no matter how big or old you get, you will always be my baby boy. I will always be here for you no matter what and love you unconditionally. I will always make sure you're safe and healthy, and if I need to, track your phone and show up everywhere you are. Just ask your brother Michael how many times I show up places uninvited. That's because I will always look at you as that 3-pound baby boy that beat all the odds and continues to surprise me and make me proud each and every day. I love you very, very much.
It's wonderful that you're all here this morning. I'm Philip Liam, and I have the privilege of representing the membership and the board of Temple Sinai. I was telling Alex, this is one of my favorite things about being on the board. I get to say Mazel Tov. Thank you. And I'm your newest fan. Maybe not number one, but your newest fan. So as you know, today is about continuity and connections. You demonstrated that by reading the Torah. And to help you with that, we have two things for you. We have a book from the congregation, and we have a cup, the Kiddush cup, from the Women of Temple Sinai and the Brotherhood of Temple Sinai. And I just want to say to you and your family, Mazel Tov again, and Lech Lecha, go forth. Congratulations.
The last thing I want to do is I want to offer you yours. You're very classy. Blue and black, very sleek. I want to give you some certificates that mark this day and actually point a path to the future. So the first thing we want to do is give you a certificate that says, yeah, today was an incredible day. So I'm looking for it now. We have your Bar Mitzvah certificate. It's not coming to me right now, but we will give it to you probably right after the service, which declares that you fulfilled all of our requirements and how proud we are of you. Oh, there it is. It was hiding. Look at this. Your name, Sarah ben Minka Fredel, was called to the Torah as Bar Mitzvah on Lech Lecha, Temple Sinai. That's about today, but this is about tomorrow. And it says, in becoming Bar Mitzvah, you've accepted the responsibilities and privileges of being a Jew, which are the what?
Lifelong Torah study and the keeping of mitzvot, Shabbat, holy day, and life cycle observances, participation in the life of the synagogue, the Jewish community in Israel. Dedication to Tikkun Olam, the perfection of our world.
And it's signed by you, your parents, and all of us, including Dr. Phil Lehman, our president. And we want you to remember this day, but we want you to move forward as well. So we have a certificate here worth $250 going to Israel at the end of your 10th grade year in high school. And we also have a certificate here, $1,750, to go to that kind of summer trip, not just your CDS trip, but hopefully Israel will be a regular place that you visit because it's your second home. So I want you to take these certificates, and I want you to take the gifts, but I want you to take your prayer. Oh, we'll give you all your papers later. Well, you don't have to gather them up now. And see that space between your dad? Go and sit there, okay? We want to say thanks to all the Community Day kids who are here. We're delighted that you're part of your each celebration. I know there are 2 today or 3? There are 2. Where's the other one? A Tree of Life. Okay. So we're happy. We say Marbim L'Simcha. We're so glad that there is such an occasion to multiply the celebrations. Who traveled here from out of town? Anybody? Anybody travel from out of town? Okay, so we are truly local. That's a fun, wonderful thing to do. And again, to celebrate your 3 generations is an honor and a privilege. Will you please find your prayer books one last time and turn to page 586 in the middle of the page is the version of Haleinu we used, our concluding set of prayers for which we rise as we are able. 586.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'tei kedula le'yotzer bereshit, shelo tzanu k'goyei ha'aratzot, ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'nemar v'Adonai L'melech al kol haaretz Bayom hahu Yeh Adonai echad U'shemo
Before Kaddish, we have the ability to take note of those who are mourning. The wonderful man over there, Mike Gordon, just lost his dad yesterday. We're having Shiva Minyan at the house. We still have to determine a time. So we'll talk about that later and send a sad news out to everybody. And we say, Hamakom Yenachem Etchem B'toch Shav Leitzion V'Yerushalayim, Mike. May the source of comfort grant you and your family comfort among all the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. But there may be others here today who either are in mourning, the 30-day period after a death, or observing a yahrzeit, the year period or 8-year anniversary of a death. Is anybody here observing a yahrzeit today? Seeing no one, and Mike needs to say Kaddish, we're going to stand with Mike as he says his Kaddish on 598. Okay? Yikadal, Yikadash, Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'yom madivrach cherutei v'yom lich malchutei. B'chai echona v'yom echona v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala v'izman kari v'yemru. Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah mavarach le'olam olamei al-maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. Yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei Nekudisha.
Richtu.
Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechemata damiram b'yoma v'yemru.
Amen.
Yehei Shlama Rabba min Shemai v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yemru.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav. Huya aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yemru.
Amen.
Amen. May the source of peace in the high heavens cause peace to descend on all of us, all of Israel, upon our world desperately in need of healing, hope, and peace, upon all of us who mourn our beloved dead. As together we say,
Amen.
Amen. Our final song is Ein Keloheinu, 626. If you're from another congregation, it's the one you know. So please come on up. Michael, you come on up too. All of your friends come on up. You know the drill. You've been here before. And we're going to sing Ein Keloheinu. We'll have a brief benediction. We'll have the Kiddush. And we'll have Motzi. Our reception, our Oneg Shabbat, is out to your right, to my left, out in the hall. Oh my gosh, you're tall, aren't you? Look at that.
If you don't worry about it.
If you know Ein Keloheinu, please surround him.
Okay.
Surround him.
Come closer.
There we go.
Come closer. Come on.
Thank you, Ellen.
Please join.
Ein Keloheinu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemalkeinu, Ein Kemoshienu, Mich Eloheinu, Mich Adonenu, Mich Emalkeinu, Mich Kemoshienu. Nodel Eloheinu, Nodel Adonenu, Nodel Malkeinu, Nodel Moshienu. Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu. Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu. Baruchim atam b'voachem, baruchim atam b'tzeitchem, me'tavad olam. May you be blessed every place you come into God's world. May you be taking those blessings and bring them out with you everywhere you go into God's world as well. As together we say, Amen. Al Kain Berach and Shabbat V'Kadshehu. Therefore God bless the seventh day and declare it holy. Let's have a one-line Kiddush here. Baruch
Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen.
Amen. Wait.
Take a sip. Take a sip.
You get to do Motzi. Come here.
What are we doing here, Mike?
You're doing Motzi.
All right.
Baruch.
Where's it at? I'll read it.
Hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Baruch atah
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
You want some?
Praise you, one and our God, ruler of all, who creates the fruit of the vine, who brings forth bread from the earth. As together we say, Amen. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
You're good. Kala?
Good job. I just cried too much.
More? Hey, more challah, guys?
Thank you.
Kala?